that they've studied.
Talk about almost all the herbs that you know, there's so many herbs in here. This is the physician's desk reference. And guess where you buy it? You buy it from the place where you buy all of the desk references. All the doctors have it at their disposal if they desire. They're just not doing it. Why? Because they work basically based on what the drug companies tell them to do. I deal with a lot of doctors. I have a lot of clients who are doctors. A lot of them. And they always slip a little information in on me and let me know. I wish I could talk about this. I wish I could give this to my clients, but I'm handcuffed because they got to make that money. You know what I'm saying? And and I'm not saying that. I don't want to make it look like it's a conspiracy. This is not a conspiracy. It's nothing evil about it. Drugs have their place in emergencies. They do. Medicine has a place. Modern medicine has its place in emergencies. Now, when it comes to maintenance and things like that, this is when we might look more towards nutrition, but only now are they beginning to offer more and more courses on nutrition, even with your medical doctor. So don't be mad with your medical doctor when he says something, because the medical doctor is handcuffed to a system that is basically paying his bills, taking care of everything in his life, and he's got to live in that system. See, when you stay with a circle of people, let's say you got a group that you hang out with. These are your friends. This is your crew. You understand what I'm saying? This is your circle, but sometimes your circle is your prison, because you got to stay with the prison, because the prison is telling you how to act, huh? These people are telling you how you have to be in the circle, and you want to be friends. It was like my son. He throws the ball, right, and he's on the team, right? He's the best one on the team. He can play ball better than everybody on the team. I go to see him play. He's missing every shot. I'm like, "What, bro? What's wrong?" He says, "Man, if I prove who I am and if I act really, really good and excellent, I won't have friends. My friends, they can't play, but they're cool people. So you will lose. We got to lose this game. I got to be friends with them. I won't have anybody." So sometimes if you stand out and stand up and you begin to rise and elevate, right, and activate, and you begin to move to those higher levels, you lose friends. So there's this thing, this tribalism thing. People want to stay with the group. So the doctors have to stay with a group. They have groups and, your medical group. That's my medical group. You know what I'm saying? So don't be angry with them. Look at this as a thing where you need to do your own research and learn about your body and not just listen to them. I in no way like to create these waves of energy where it just turns out to be anger and we can't do anything. We're just mad. The doctor did this. The doctor asked you, you signed the papers. Your doctor can study whatever they'd like to study, whatever the elective is. There are some doctors or biological people who work in biology who study parasites. The old doctors and scientists never wanted to admit that these little creatures could control society. Do you know why? And this is deep. I always wanted to know why certain cities, certain people have a certain accent. So like you from New York, right? You could tell you from New York. It's a New York thing. I said, why when I cross the line from Connecticut or Jersey into New York, it's different? What happens? How does everybody agree, sign some papers to have a certain accent? Right? It has to do with the food. It has to do with the vibration in the earth. And it has to do with the environment. My question is why when we get south of the Mason-Dixon line, do the people have a southern accent? Some people call it a southern draw. This baffled me until a scientist breaks down that there was a time when the mosquitoes were so bad in the South that almost everybody got malaria. Some people didn't die from malaria, but it affected their frontal lobe and their speech centers. So they had to talk really slow. And when they had children, the children mimicked their parents And this becomes the way people spoke in the South of the